is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As always, thanks for coming back. So today, as you guys can tell, we are starting the day on the crew cab OBS. I just made a run to my metal supply place, and we picked up some more 1/4 inch steel and some 10 gauge for some stuff that I got to do. But anyways, the reason why I wanted to start the video on the crew cab is because I wanted to show you guys just how good this thing rides. Again, we are cruising, I don't know if you guys can see, but at around 70, and this thing is just smooth, like it is just gliding. Now, I do have about 500 pounds in the back worth of steel, and it just made it ride that much better. But even without that steel in the back, it is still just smooth. Like this thing just glides over the road. Now, I do believe I've gotta balance the tires. Well, I don't gotta balance them. I gotta get new tires. They're all pretty shot, which honestly kind of scares me. I have to get new tires on this thing. I really don't want to shell out the $1,000 plus that I gotta pay for 6 new tires, which that is definitely the downside to a dually, that you gotta buy 2 extra tires. And that's one thing that I'm kind of debating. Like, should I find 6 new tires and maybe just get like the cheapest ones that I can get until I do the swap, or should I risk it for the biscuits and run these tires? Definitely, I think the smart thing to do would be to buy the 6 new tires, or maybe like see if I can find 6 decent tires, which I think would be pretty hard. And I should probably just start looking for 6 tires. Again, we were just cruising this thing. Now, definitely getting used to a dually, it's a learning curve for sure, especially in a tight parking lot. The other day, and I'm gonna sound pretty lame, but the other day I was parking this thing, and it came in a little wide like I always do in my other truck. I was watching that corner to make sure that I wouldn't hit the car next to me, and then I looked at my rearview mirror, and I swear I was about half an inch away from the guy next to me. So it's definitely something that I gotta get used to. I've never driven a truck this wide, but other than that, I actually really like it. I like how stable it feels, and like I said, like the power is there. Like this thing it's not fast, but by any means, but it's also like it's not slow. I'm not holding up traffic or anything like that, so I definitely like it. And it's pretty cool though how like it's not like blowing black smoke, like I'm not rolling coal every time I step on it. So that is pretty cool. Now, one thing that's not cool at all, and that's what you get with the 460, but it is definitely the fuel economy. Again, I don't know if you guys can see my my fuel gauge right there, but when I started this trip to the next town over, it was a little bit less than 3/4 of a tank, and now we're getting pretty close to a 1/4 of a tank. So this thing has basically used 1/4 of a tank in, what is it, like 50 miles. Now granted, it's a 18 gallon tank, so it's not very big, but yeah, it still definitely sucks it down. My single cab diesel would have probably used about half of that, about an 1/8. But that thing's pretty fuel efficient. I forgot what my results were from the last time that I tested it, but I think it's around 19 miles to the gallon, and this thing can't be more than 10, so it does kind of suck. Another thing that really sucked in this thing is that it doesn't have AC. Now, luckily today's not really a hot day. It's probably like 70, and just running the vents, you get nice cold air. But if this thing was anything over 80, really sucks. Now, having the little vent window, I really appreciate it on this truck. It really hits the spot. So while I still have you guys in here, I want to give you a quick update on the Chevy center consoles. I've been getting a few questions. I've sold a few. I've talked to some guys, and I have some updates on them. So where do I start? On the extended cabs and the Broncos without the seat pan, they don't fit on the back, and that's basically because the extended cabs and the Broncos, they have a taller hump to them in the center. So I'm actually working with the guy trying to get those fixed. So that's that. The trucks that have seat pans, and that's basically that frame that all the seats bolt to. So like the two center seats and then the one in the middle. Those ones, they actually fit, but you have to do a little bit of fabrication. And what I mean by that is that the rear bracket will fit, and you actually don't have to use the front bracket, but you'll have to basically take the bottom of the seat off, drill 2 holes on a cross member, and then drill 2 holes on the seat pan. And I'll throw some pictures while I'm talking of all of this. But once you drill those 2 holes, you can bolt it straight to the seat pan and just use the rear seat bracket. Now, if you do have that option, if you do have that seat pan, definitely let me know before you place the order. I'll get it fixed on the website, but for now, if you do place that order, definitely let me know again, like I said, before you place it, so I can give you a discount, because you're only going to be using one of them. So I do give a pretty good discount for that. And the crew cabs and the single cabs without the seat pan, obviously they work. All you have to do is, again, the back is completely bolt on, and the front, like I did on mine, you have to drill 2 holes to go through your floor pan. But other than that, it's completely bolt on. And let me tell you guys, again, I hate selling you guys stuff, because I feel that, you know, like I'm trying to sell you something. But just know that anything that I would sell you guys, it's something that I actually really like. And I really love this jump seat. Again, it's super comfy, having something to, you know, rest your arm on. And the thing that I really love about it is the cup holders. It gives you a perfect spot to put your cell phone on. And it works amazingly good with drinks. You have 3 spots for them, and let me tell you guys, it really works. I've been driving this truck a lot more often. If you're from anywhere in the Prescott area in Arizona, definitely go to Chino and go to Pepper Jack's Burgers. Best burgers you guys ever had. I really recommend the Western bacon. That thing is freaking delicious. They have the best burgers and the best fries anywhere in the MFI area. By far, I really recommend it. But anyways, we go there a lot, and it's, you can eat there, but it's mostly like a takeout joint. And the other day I had 4 burgers and 4 drinks, and this thing will obviously hold the 3 drinks right there without a problem. And whoever's riding with you, or you can ride, just take the other one in your hands, and it's a huge help. Again, like I said, I highly recommend this thing. But yeah, this thing already went way too far. So anyways, I'll pick back off once we get home. Okay guys, so we made it back to the house, and if you can't tell, it's actually the next day. And I spent probably, I think, like the last week at least, just glued to the computer working on this design, which, like, I know it seems really simple, but like there's so many little things that I gotta make sure I get right. And I can almost guarantee you there's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to come back and fix on this. But at least for now, we have a design that I really like and that I can show you guys, and that hopefully we can get one done today. I can't guarantee that though, because it's already kind of late, and before I even cut this out, I have to print it out and basically check it on the frame and make sure that that it matches the holes and everything that I actually want to drill on the frame. Not drill on the frame, but that I want to use on the frame, because pretty much all the holes on this thing are already existing on your frame. Some of them you just have to make them bigger. But anyways, let me show you this, and so you guys can see what it looks like. Again, like I've said before, I really gotta learn how to do screen recordings, but this will work for now. Anyway, so here is the actual bracket and the way that I think is gonna look, or at least what I'm pretty happy with right now. This is basically gonna be the back side of it, kind of facing towards the back of the truck. Obviously this will be the front. As you can see, it's got a little bit of an offset to kind of help with that fact that our trucks are narrower than the Super Duties, and it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but if you can tell, it also has a little bit of an angle to it, again, to help it line up with the radius arms as best as we can. And we've got this really nice little support in the back of it to tie both halves together. And we've got a couple of bolt holes here on the top of it, 4 on the side. That is basically it. Like I said, you've got the 2 locations on the side of it. This bottom one is the one that you'll use for your radius arm, and if you get like a drop bracket or anything like I have, those are the 2 that you'll use for your drop bracket. But yeah, like I said, I am super happy with this. There were definitely a couple of challenges with me doing this. Believe it or not, one of the biggest ones is trying to make this thing look a little bit more unique. Trying to make any of the stuff that I'm making look a little bit more unique. It's definitely hard. Basically, these mounting locations that you see here, they're the same that all the other brackets are using, just because they're in like basically like the perfect spots. All trucks have them. All you have to do is drill them out. So that makes this part of it, essentially it makes it look like, you know, the other ones that are out there. So definitely making it look different, it's kind of hard, but I'm really happy with it. I think it definitely stands out from the other ones out there in the market, and like I said, as long as we can get it built and get it built right, I think it'll be a great bracket. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing, because once you get the design done, when you have a CNC, you have to basically do the G-code, which, I mean, it's not that hard, but it's another thing that we have to make sure that we get right. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the G-code done, get some basically prints done from this thing, so that I can, again, like I said, test it out on the frame before we actually waste the material. Because I talked about this, I think, in the last video, but like the prices keep going up. Like I said earlier in the video, I ran to get some metal, and man, just paying that bill makes me want to cry. But anyways, it's all right. We'll ride through this. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, get this done, and then hopefully I'll check back in with you guys with something interesting. So I'll be right back. To not waste material and time, I actually made a template of the bracket to try on the frame, and good thing I did, because I did find out that some of the holes were a little bit off. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the computer and fix that. But anyways, I'm actually gonna do that later, because I just got something in the mail that I'm pretty excited over, and that is this thing right here, which is, let me show you real quick. Basically a trailer pin connector that comes with these trucks. When I installed this bumper on my truck, it didn't have any of the basically the stuff that's supposed to have, like the lights, the trailer connector, or the sensors. So since I actually kind of like the bumper now, and it kind of really grew on me, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it, but I did go ahead and start ordering parts like this to kind of finish the bumper. And I ordered this as well as the lights, but those are gonna take a little bit to come in, and for now I really want to throw this on, so let's go ahead and try it. Well, that was easy. Like I said, the lights should be here on Monday, I think, so we'll put this on whenever they come in. But like for now, that makes the bumper like look a lot more finished. The thing that also comes in here like on Monday is the actual wiring harness for that, so whenever that comes in, I'll go ahead and wire it up. But just having little things like that really does finish the bumper. Another thing that I really want to do is some sort of frame around the license plate, so I'll see what I come up with for that. But I think once at least the lights come in, it's really gonna finish off the whole look. And I'm probably gonna look for the sensors too, just to cover those holes. I was thinking about using like grommets or something like that, but I think that'll look pretty lame. So I think I'm gonna look for the sensors, and if they're not too expensive, I'm gonna order them and just throw them on there just for looks. But for now, I'm pretty happy with that. And the cool thing about these is that you've got your 7-pin connector as well as your 4-pin, all in one unit, and you only have to connect the 7-pin connector back over here to get it to work, which I think is freaking cool. You know me, anything that saves me a little bit of wiring, I'm all for it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead, make these changes on this bracket. Unfortunately, we're not gonna get that done in this video, so we'll get that one done in the next video, throw it in the truck, and also make the new coil bucket. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but I gotta move the bucket about an inch or so that way. So I'll make those changes to the bucket, get the track bar bracket done, throw everything in the frame, throw the truck back together, test drive it, and if it all looks good, we're gonna start actually testing these things. I have at least one guy lined up that's gonna help me taste test the whole kit. So once we get done with the taste testing phase, we'll have those things up on the website. But right now I'm looking at about probably another month at least before they're on the website. We want to test this thing a lot, put a lot of miles on it. We're probably going to be going off-road too a little bit on this thing, just to try and test it in as many conditions as we can. So look forward to that. Anyways, as always guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave any questions down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one.